Right then, ladies and gents, we're back again for another video. James the Koi Whisperer. Just really want to do a few checks today more than anything. A little bit of an update. I'm out in the garden, bit of a tidy up. There's a few things I want to check. I want to check my trickle in, which is just down here at the moment. I'm still yet to move this big blue into my filter house. I've got the pipes all ready to go underneath the ground to get plumbed into the filter house, but I've still yet to fit that. To get hold of me plumber really, call him out as soon as possible, and we can get that fitted so I can put me big blue inside of me filter house and it just neatens things up. But the main reason what I'm doing today, or concern that I'm just checking to make sure the active carbon inside of this big blue, for the people that don't know what that is or what it does, the mains water that's supplied from my tap, it takes all of the chlorine out of my tap water before it goes to the pond. Not I've noticed any of the koi flashing or flicking, but just a peace of mind, concerned to make sure the trickle in that I've got, which at the moment is just sat down there, 100% sure that no chlorine's getting into the system. I've been running this now for 3 months and I just want to see that it's still taking out 100% of the chlorine. How many times have I just said chlorine? Probably a few too many. What are you saying? A few too many? Even though I don't reckon there's no chlorine in my system whatsoever, but you never know until you check. But that being said, let's crack on, let's check this water. Right, while we're here, I just wanted to say Happy New Year to everyone, because I didn't say that on my last video. So Happy New Year. Hope everyone had a banging Christmas. That said, let's get inside this filter house. Well, I'll just show you a couple of ways of how you can check for the chlorine in your system. You can do things how you want to do things. I'll use a Hanna test kit. There's tablets you can use, DPD number 4 tablets. You can check and then water goes pink if there's chlorine in the system. I've recently purchased a Hanna test kit, so that's what I'll be using today. So we're just going to check the system. I'll show you how to do it, and I definitely recommend anyone out there with a pond, just check what you're putting into your pond if you're doing water changes. I know there's a lot of people out there during the winter months that they don't come out, they don't get involved with their ponds, they don't check the water, and then they get to the beginning of the spring, everything's fired up, and then they get nothing but problems to start off. So stay on top of your water. That's enough yibbida yabbida being said, let's crack on. And so just getting inside the filter house, and I didn't know if you noticed, but on my drum filter and on my bio, I've got a couple of stickers on now, my Burton stickers, looking the absolute hammer. Super impressed with this drum. To be fair, since I've had it, it has been an absolute dream. Anyone thinking about getting a drum filter this year, just do it, because I guarantee you, the whole level of koi keeping, you only live once, live it to the max. If you can't afford it, you can't afford it. But at the end of the day, if you can, do it, because it will give your whole koi keeping a whole new experience, and it's so easy. That said, let's grab a Hanna test kit, because I need a Hanna test kit. Not that one, that's the one I need. Total chlorine, happy days. So I've got a few of these test kits, they work absolutely brilliant. But yeah, what we'll do, we'll take this over and I'll get it on the tripod. But then, one extra thing I got a load of stock, I got a load of stuff to give away this year as well. Load of the famous Mediclay, load of stuff to give away, so keep your eyes open. Look at all the bits and pieces I got here, guys. Load of filter bugs coming up for the spring, loads of bits and pieces that you might need. But that being said, one thing I do need is some new reagents. Not the nitrite, this is the one I need. That's the one I need. So you need these basically. These are the sachets that go inside of this to test your water, your chlorine. And well, let's get this inside the conservatory. Do a little test. Let's see if I'm putting any chlorine in my system. Yeah, one extra thing as well, guys, just before we do this test, I just wanted to say, because I'm super proud of myself. So I've been a smoker for about 20 odd years, and I've given up. I've done 14 days straight, no fags, given up completely. Means one thing, more money from the projects that I've got coming up this year. Happy days. But yeah, super impressed with myself. 20 odd years of smoking, and I just decided New Year's, I'm giving up. So yeah, happy days. Been a bit grouchy, mine. Thank you, mother of the rabbits. Right then, so you join me inside the conservatory, and the reason why I'm in here is because it's warmer than what it is out there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab my water supply in a minute, make sure these all turn on. These Hanna test kits are so good, to be fair. Super impressed with them, and for the money, they are pricey, but it's like anything in life, innit? Nothing's cheap, nothing's free, and well, you get what you pay for, as they say. But let me nip out, get a bit of water a minute. Main reason why I built this pond over I have, because I can literally step out the window, just grabbing me water supply. Give me 10 seconds. Perfecto. Right, got me water supply straight out of that trickle in. All I'm going to do, should have bought myself a rag really. I'll use the missus's duvet, whatever you want to call it. Make sure the bottle's nice and dry and clean, no froth in the bottle. What you've got to do with these test kits, they're simple to use. You take your water straight from your supply, turn it on, it says add C1, drop your tube in, zero it by pressing it once, comes up and it says add C2, and what C2 means is that's your reagent that you need to test the water. And this is like a little powder inside of this. What I find, what I do with these test kits is I give them a little flick to make sure all the powder goes down in one corner, and then I open it up. You want to get all of it in the bottle, but you want to try to get as much as you possibly can into the tube. You open up the pack so it's on an angle like so, and there's very little here to be fair, like chemical wise, which is there, and just give it a couple of taps. I'll just swirl it, drop it back into the tester, hold your finger on it, and then it starts counting down. So as soon as that's done, I'll come back with you with the results. 1 minute 57 left. I'll be back with you in a minute. I have actually got a little bit of chlorine going into the system, 0.06 ppm, which that tells me I need to be replacing the active carbon in my Big Blue. Something that I didn't think I needed to replace so quick. I best get it fitted or changed as soon as possible. Right then, so yeah, bit of a surprise there. I didn't think I was having any chlorine going into the system, to be fair with you. So that means one thing, I've got to change that carbon in that Big Blue. I'm not going to do it today. I'm just going to turn the water off. I'm going to do it tomorrow because I'm off work tomorrow, so I'll get that fitted or changed tomorrow. And what I'm going to do this time is run that water through a 3-stage dechlorinator first, then into the Big Blue, just to prolong the life of the actual carbon in the filter, to be fair, more than anything. Just see if it makes a little bit of a difference, because the cartridge blocks are a lot cheaper than what the active carbon was. That active carbon, I bought a 25 kilo sack last time, cost me 125. So that there's in effect 3 months that's been running. So I'm going to get another 3 months thereabouts out of the next lot that goes in. So it's going to cost me about £250 a year to replace that carbon in the Big Blue. That's only a rough estimate. You know, unless you've got one of those Hanna test kits, you're never going to know. I never knew that I'm putting chlorine into the system now unless I checked. All the fish are looking fine. I'll just spin you around. Quite lucky here. I haven't got any chloramine in my system. I've only got chlorine. With the amount of aeration that I've got in the pond, I mean, the chlorine will dissolve itself within less than 24 hours, but I still don't want none of it going in the system. Any more chlorine than what's there at the moment, the fish will probably start flicking or rubbing every now and then. And a lot of people would put that down to, oh, I've got a parasite, when 9 times out of 10, you probably ain't got a parasite, you probably got chlorine in your system, especially if you're in the UK. That said, you need to change that carbon and just go from there. But yeah, that surprised me. I thought, to be fair, there was going to be no chlorine in there. And unless you do these tests, you don't know. So perks of having these tests. Anyone out there that haven't gone out and checked over the winter months where it's been cold and we haven't been doing as many checks over the winter, get out in the garden, give yourself a little check, just see what you're putting into your pond, because the only way you know is if you test, and if you don't test, you don't know. So go and test. Keep them happy. Happy days. Yeah, so back in my filter house, this is what I was saying about my 3-stage dechlorinator. So I've got this, I've never really got rid of it since I used to use it on the old pond. And I've got 3 brand new cartridges inside of there. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to hook this up for now, just to stop any chlorine going in there. Change the active carbon tomorrow, but eventually what I'm going to do is get that water supply fitted in here in the filter house, get it to come through here. I was going to fit a gas boiler up there, but I don't think I'm going to do that now. So the trickle in is going to start from over here. So I'm going to have it running through this one to start with, put that on the wall here somewhere, run it through the Big Blue, and then running straight into the bio. And it's all in one place. But I am definitely going to fit this meter. I'll fit the water meter to it as well this time, and then just work out from what I filled up the pond, because I haven't touched that since, what I filled up the pond with, and then I can work out how much water goes in before the chlorine starts coming back to the pond. But yeah, temperature of the pond at the moment is dropped down to 9 degrees. I have been holding 10 nearly all winter, but the last 2 nights been super, super cold. But yeah, I thought I'd just well use this if I got it. These are brand new. The cartridges inside of here are so cheap, they're 10 quid. If I run this before it goes into the active carbon, it should just prolong the life that little bit extra. And for 10 quid, that's a lot cheaper to take out, say, 80% or 50% of the chlorine before it goes to the big blue. Just an idea, just as well use it and see how things go. Because I used to replace these every month anyway in the old pond I had. So just as well use it and fire it up. I've got a few more cartridge blocks up there which I had in stock anyway, so I'm just as well keep using it, use it all up. But yeah, I've got a few things I can get rid of this year, stuff I don't need, and stuff I can pass on to people that haven't got everything they need. And if I can help someone out, happy days. But yeah, that said, let's crack on. And I just wanted to add that bit to the video. Thank you, mother for the rabbits. Banging in here though, likes it a lot. Get on the Whisperer. Inside the filter house as well, one thing I was going to add, what I might do this year as well, and I don't know where I'm going to do it or how I'm going to do it, just an idea. I'm going to fit myself like an auto top-up system, I think, instead of having a constant supply going in. I don't know what to do, to be fair, yet, but I might tap into this box and put another box here somewhere. I'm not sure yet, but we'll work out that when we get to it. But I'm thinking about fitting it because I had a water bill come through saying, think you've got a leak. Oops, don't tell the wife, I just pay the bill. Right then, so what I just said about the water bill, you're probably wondering, why am I inside of the kitchen looking at a bin? Well, my Southwest Water Supply down here in Devon sent me out this, which will be the water meter that I need to get fitted to my outside supply, which they've come over, checked, tell me where it needs to go. But if they fit this one bit of equipment to that one little pipe in there, they were going to charge £150 for it. So they've kindly left it with me. I'm going to get my plumber to fit it. Then they'll come back, they'll unscrew this, they'll fit a water meter onto that, and every bit of water that runs through this pipe, which this pipe in here, let me just open this, that pipe there, this needs to be fitted right in there somewhere, wherever my plumber can get it for me. And then this meter will report back to Southwest Water, and then I'll get 2/3 of my water bill knocked off. I know in the last video I said 3/3, but it actually works out to be 2/3, not 3/3, because 3/3 is the whole thing. 2/3 is what I get knocked off. So when this gets fitted, I will show you, and that's why I fitted that soakaway in the back garden. So yeah, basically that tap there feeds, at the moment, is feeding that supply there, but it will feed this whole pond, this whole setup when I get the tap fitted out there. But the soakaway, for the people that don't know, basically, it's a constant trickle coming in and out, boom. For the people new to the channel, never seen it before, so the trickle comes out, goes down into the drain here, into the gully drain. That comes into here, goes down into this drain here, which that there pumps back up around underneath the ground to the back of this corner, which pumps all the way to here. And down in there, there's a massive, massive soakaway that I built last year. 2 metre hole depth, 2 metres that way. Hell of a lot of mud come out of that hole. Cost me well loads of money. But over time, I'm going to get my money back, because that's one big hole and that took a lot of digging. I don't know if you guys remember. But I did fit under here. See this here? This is what you call a silt trap. So all of the dirty water goes into there first, which I can manually lift up, get rid of all the crap from the pond before it goes into the soakaway. So it keeps the soakaway clean and it prolongs the life by having that there. So that's a little bit of information you didn't know about. Happy days. Right guys, unfortunately it's come to that time of day, losing sunlight, so I'm out here just finishing off this video for you. I want to say a massive thank you for watching the video. Remember, like the video for me, really helps. And yeah, can't wait to get out koi shopping. I'm going to show you what I'm going to get up to this year, show you what's going to be happening. That said, a whole nother story, whole nother video. Check back next week, see what we get up to, and well, happy days. Thank you, mother, for the rabbits. James the Koi Whisperer, signing out.